greatest gift we've got. How do you do that? Well, you use your imagination, of course. You see, it's a strange phenomenon, but the greatest gift we've got is used very well up to the ages of 4 or possibly 5. The little child, they always wonder what's going on in their mind. They're using their imagination. They're building wonderful pictures in their mind. But then they get to school, and life like that, it comes to an abrupt halt.
Woo! What is going on, dreamers? Good morning, good morning. Rise and shine. Another blessed and grateful day. Cedric in the building. I see you tapped in, brother. Let's go. Today is actually my favorite number, the 22nd of June. Fired up, ready to go ahead and dive into today. As you can see, I've got a great topic. Today, we're going to be talking about 7 clear functions of the mind. And this is a game changer to go ahead and really go ahead and put the awareness into this month to go ahead and tap in and max out this summer for separation. So let's go ahead and dive into today. Let's get live on IG so we can go ahead and get them involved. And let's get a little bit of gratitude coming into the day. What is 1, 2, 3 things that everybody's grateful for coming into today? Let's go ahead and put it down. And it's game time. 7 clear functions of the mind. Here we go. All right, IG is tapped in. It is game time. Let's get into it. So, family, I'm grateful to be alive. I'm grateful for God. I'm thankful for everything that is flowing into life right now, the good, the bad, because I know at the end of the day, nothing is either good or bad. It is what we make it. So I'm grateful to go ahead and get into almost the end of this journal. It's been a crazy ride. Shane just wrapped up 365 days of consistency, really going through and feeling the vision, embodying it. Today is look at the alignment, right? Today is the 22nd, day 333 days, consistently getting down the feeling. And I've literally only got about 5 pages left before we go ahead and put a wrap on this thing. So, family, the morning routine, Neno 1111, just paint your vision. Neno just went over, his morning routine and allowed everybody to see where he lives, how he soaks up the sun every morning, getting in the journaling, the gratitude, the prayers, the affirmation. If you want to know where Quantum Leaps really stems from, there's a reason why we talk about this every single day, because I've seen it be such a monumental piece into so many high level individuals' lives that success leaves clues. So why not go ahead and do what they do so we can get what they get over time as we grow. So Jojo in the building, what is going on? It's good to see you. I love it. Sending prayers out in Houston. I know you guys have a crazy storm happening right now. So I know all is going to be well. But let's get into it. Today we're talking about the 7 clear functions of the mind. This is a game changer once I learned this, and I never thought about all of these the same when I understood them at a deeper level. And this is the power about knowledge, right? This is the power of wisdom. Because at the end of the day, when we're continuously growing, this is how we're able to get 1% better every day. So today, here we go. The first of the 7 clear functions of the mind, right? You got to understand this, okay? This is inside of, I don't know if you guys have seen here we go. I don't have it out here. But here, this is from Epictetus, okay? He talks about the proper work of the mind is the exercise of choice, refusal, yearning, repulsion, preparation, purpose, and assent. What then can pollute and clog the mind's proper functioning? Nothing but its own corrupt decisions. Okay, so let's go ahead and go through all 7 of these to really make them make sense. Okay, so number 1, everyone has a choice. Okay, so the first one's going to be choice to do and to think right. So every day, if you look at somebody who's winning, who's succeeding at a very high level like Neno, well, all of that is just a period of consistent choices compounded over a period of time. Okay, so this was me. I had to learn it as we started to grow. Choices end up dictating our futures. Choices end up dictating our destiny, right? If we don't like what our body looks like, if we don't like what our finances, what our connection with our creator looks like, a lot of the time it stems down to the choices that we make on a daily basis, right? Every one of us, think about it. When we woke up today, we had a choice to either go ahead and check our phone, scroll on social media, look at all of the negativity, or we had a choice to go ahead and put our phone down, maybe pray, maybe journal, maybe read a book, maybe go ahead and get some exercise in. All of these different things, every one of us has a choice to go ahead and do. But the difference is our level of discipline. Okay, so that's number one, choice. Choice is huge. Number two, the second one is going to be refusal. Okay, refusal of temptation. So if you look at the past 90 days, if we look at the month of June so far, what have been some temptations that we've allowed us to go ahead and dictate our life, right? I'll give you some ideas of some temptations, okay? Right here. This is alkaline water. So my question to you is, the first thing that you put in your body today, the first thing that you ate, the first thing that you drank, was it sugary? Was it meats? Was it processed food? Because at the end of the day, these are all temptations to maybe what we're used to doing. It's easy to go ahead and get a donut in the morning. It's easy to go ahead and eat something sweet. It's easy to go ahead and skip the gym when we wake up because we like to go ahead and lay down in bed. It's tempting to hit the snooze button. It's tempting to skip the gym. It's tempting not to go ahead and wake up early. But as I started to watch others succeeding for a very long time, I understood once again, success leaves clues. They had to let go of their temptations. Even for myself, getting up early used to be a struggle to me. To be honest, I've always been tempted to hit the snooze button. That was always a weak spot inside of my life. Until I realized, I don't know if you guys have ever read the book. Drop some twos down below if you've ever heard of the book, Robin Sharma, The 5 a.m. Club. Right? Those fruit smoothies hit different, right? You see, Robin Sharma, The 5 a.m. Club, completely shifted my paradigm and how I looked at waking up in the morning. Okay, I'll give you some ideas that he talked about inside of the 5 a.m. Club. Number one, he talked about how crazy is it that most people, they watch more sunsets than they see sunrises, not knowing that the spiritual side of a sunrise is 1,000 times more spiritual than the sunset. Why? Because most of the people around you, they are asleep, right? While you're getting up early, while everything is quiet and you're spending time with your creator, with God, whoever you believe in, and you're able to go ahead and truly visualize, to really feel the moment. This is huge, right? But most people, we wake up and we have to run into work. We have to run and do busy work, and there's not enough time for ourselves. Well, when you study individuals like Elon Musk, like Kobe Bryant, like some of the greats that we could think about in any industry, they've learned the art of waking up early. Why? Because they understand that we can get more done before 9 a.m., before noon, than some people get done in a whole day. Think about it. It's already 11 o'clock. For most of us, I've seen you guys drop it in the chat. We've already done our journaling, our gratitude, right? We've prayed, we've read. Some of you have already got onto a go live, right? I've already put products inside of my e-commerce store. Imagine that, right? I got a sale last night at 5 o'clock in the morning, just sent it out this morning. So think about it. This is the power of being able to master the mornings and let go of the temptation in all different areas. Okay, I want to give you guys another key for temptation. You ready? Here's a super hack. We're talking about alkaline water. We're talking about whole foods, right? We're talking about performing. Drop a 3 down below if you want to perform at an elite level. Okay, let me go ahead and drop my 3s down below because I'm right there with you, right? I want to perform at an elite level in all different areas of my life. Well, I want to give you a tactical challenge for the next 30 days. You ready? I was listening to one of the doctors, okay? One of the extreme doctors, even Dr. Sebi, he talks about it. If any of us were to let go of sugar for 30 to 60, 90 days, okay? If you're somebody who struggles with losing weight, if you're somebody who struggles with headaches, if you're somebody who struggles with feeling lazy and lethargic, cut out sugar for 30 to 60 days. Even just try it for a month, 30 days. Try it for 2 weeks. Try it for a week. Try it for 72 hours and let me know how you feel. And I want to give you some tips how I've been able to go ahead and let go of sugar. Now, I'm not perfect. I have a sweet tooth, but I go on my runs where I completely let go of sugar for 72 hours, for a week at a time, for a month at a time, right? I'm about to go on one of those sprints over this next month. And here's how you do it, okay? Being able to find things as a substitute. You see, whenever we're making a change, whenever we're making a shift in our life, when we take out something, it takes being able to go ahead and replace it. So I'm not telling you just take out sugar. I'm allowing you the decision to think about this. What happens if you took out sugar and replaced it for fruits? Every time you wanted something sweet, look how many fruits we can go to that are actually sweet that would probably fill that craving, right? Whether it's blueberries, strawberries, right? There's so many amazing fruits that I could go through. Blackberries, right? Star fruit, guava. Okay. You can go ahead and make a shake. Every day I make a smoothie that fills my sugar craving. Okay. You want to know what another great filler for sugar is actually dates. I have a big box of dates you guys can go ahead and get at the store and put them in a shake. Take a couple of them and take them on a go and use that as your snack and watch how different you start feeling. Okay. Forget about the cookies. Put the cookies away for the next 30 days. And I want to show you what it feels like to really vibrate at a high level. Waking up first thing in the morning, drinking alkaline water, eating whole foods, eating blueberries, right? Superfoods for the brain, greens, okay? This is all crucial when home cooked meals. I love it. Let's go, Cedric. He's on it. So this is big. This is all keys when it comes down to performing at an elite level, which that's the goal essentially for all of us. Okay, number 3, yearning. Okay, all of this ties in together. Number 3, the third function of the mind for everybody living is yearning to get better, right? Think about it. There's nothing that we could do every day. Think about it. What activity could you think about if you did for 90 days straight? Where do you think you would be at? Really getting serious about learning e-commerce, really diving into learning the skill sets of trading, really going after and figuring out what is your brand standing for. And I can promise you that within 90 days, watch the difference. Watch the shift of just getting 1% better, right? You all know it. Those of you that have ever gone to the gym, at the beginning, you never see the change right away. You're never going to go in the gym and go look in the mirror like, wow, I can see all the change immediately. But over time, over a month time, somebody looks like, man, you've lost a lot of weight. Jojo, you look phenomenal, right? Cedric, I can see you've been growing a little bit. I can see you've been taking care of yourself. But it doesn't happen overnight. The same thing goes with all of these skill sets that we're learning, right? The moment that you study a video doesn't mean we're going to go ahead and see success right away. But when we take the action, when we plant the seed, we're learning, we're growing, we're getting what's called experience, right? Time, things I must experience. This is where the growth happens, okay? You can learn so much by getting on these Zooms, by reading books, by listening to an audio, but I can promise you we're going to learn 10 times more getting out into the field, making that phone call, going out and making that video, holding that event right there in your city, traveling to go to that event, right? All of these different things are so crucial when it comes to growth, even 1% or even 1/10 of 1% better every day, right? That's called the principle of Kaizen, okay? 1% or 1/10 of 1% better every day. That's number 3. Number 4, you ready? Stick with me. I got 4 more for you. Okay, this is going to be called repulsion. You ever heard the term hear no evil, see no evil, right? Feel no evil. All of these terms, okay, coincide together. Speak no evil, hear no evil, see no evil. There we go. Okay, that's what it is. Repulsion is repulsion of negativity, repulsion of bad influences, repulsion of what isn't true. Okay. If you think about it every day, we all talk to ourselves, but here's the difference, right? I don't know if you guys know this. Believe it or not, we're able to go ahead and lie to ourselves. Even though the bank account might not be there, the body might not have the 6-pack yet, right? You might not have a huge organization yet. One of the biggest keys that I've been able to learn along the journey is to be able to lie to yourself. Now, what do I mean by that? I don't mean fake it until you make it. I mean faith it till you make it, right? It takes having the feeling before the magic even happens. This is why I believe anybody who's ever done a sales job, I'll give you a perfect example, okay? I'll give you 2 examples, actually. Number 1, the sales job. Let me ask you a question. Somebody that does a sales job, drop a 1 down below if you've ever knocked doors. I know Jojo in the building definitely knows what I'm talking about. This is going to ring true, right? Somebody that's in a sales job, you go knock doors, you knock 10 doors in a row. Boom, no, boom, no, boom, slam the door in your face. Boom, no, I'm not interested. No, I don't want your product, right? The individual that takes that negativity on from door to door, right? She owns a door-to-door business, facts. The individual that takes that energy from door to door, thinking like, man, I'm never going to be able to get it closed. I'm never going to be able to get a sale. I'm never going to be able to make any money. Well, guess what? They're probably not going to make any money over that day. You know why? Because they're living in fear. They're living in a feeling of lack. But let me ask you, what's the difference between the individual who carries that enthusiasm door after door, even after he gets 10 no's right in his face? Nope, I'm not interested. Nope, I don't want your product. Nope, I'll see you later. And they slam in his face 10 times in a row. What's possible? I don't know if you guys ever heard the story. It's called, I forget the exact name of it, but something around the nature of the 59th door. And there's actually a famous book. You can go look it up. I forget the exact name, but it's something along those lines. And it's the exact same story where this guy in sales, he knocks on 58 doors and gets a no, gets a no, gets a no, gets a no. Guess what? That 59th door changed his life. That 59th door gave him a deal that literally allowed him to go ahead and have time freedom for the next 30 years of his life. So it just goes to show you never know what that one next DM, that one next comment, that one next knock on a door, that one product that you go and put out today, that next trade, you never know what that could lead to, that next conversation. So never underestimate, okay, the power of one more, the power of being able to be repulsive of negativity, the power of being able to be repulsive to bad influences, negative thinking. That negative thinking is a lot of the times what's holding us inside of a box, okay? I don't know. I'll give you a third example. Actually, this just downloaded to me. How many of you have ever been to a circus, okay? Let me show you how powerful the human mind is. How many of you have ever been to a circus? Drop some fives down below. You know the story about the elephant? You know this is actually really funny. It's kind of interesting. It's not funny at all, but it's interesting to understand, right? If you've ever been to a circus and you've seen an elephant, a huge, monstrous animal, right? A beast of an animal. Why is it they can take such a huge beast, they can tie a rope around his neck, and they can attach him to a chair, and he won't leave the chair? He'll sit right there. He'll never walk away. He'll never leave the chair. You know why? Because when he was a child, when she was little, they used to tie a rope around her neck and they would attach her to a chair. And over time, he believed that he wasn't able to go ahead and walk and move that chair and actually drag that chair, not knowing that if they took a couple of steps, they could take that chair for a ride. Shane and Talene in the building, right? I got goosebumps talking about it. So how many areas in our life have we been chained to the negative thoughts, to the limiting thinking that's not even truly ours, that we've just been given over time by our parents, by somebody else's beliefs, by maybe our friends' opinions? Let me be the first to tell you right now, this could be that call. This could be that moment to go ahead and have that breakthrough, that break free, to say, you know what? I've been the one that's been attached to that chair, not knowing that I can drag that thing, not knowing that with nothing but a decision, I can break the chains of that thing. This was me when I was living out of my car in 2015. Broken, homeless, 30K in debt, had no job, just lost my sister to cancer. I was that person who was literally stuck to a chair. And I kept telling myself, I can't move. I can't get out of this position. I'm never going to be able to grow. Until I finally made a decision, until I finally had enough time to sit with myself, crying myself to sleep at night, showering at LA Fitness, just showering literally by myself with no money in my bank account. And I would sit and I would talk with God. And I was building my connection. I would ask myself, what am I here to do? What am I here to create? I know I'm not just here to go ahead and pay bills and pass. My sister passed away at 28 years old. And I'll never forget, I made a decision sitting in the shower one day in LA Fitness. I was sleeping in my car. I was in the shower, needed somewhere to go. That's where I would go, right? Still go to the same gym today. And I made a decision. I said, you know what? How would you live your life if you only had until 27, 28 years to live? And I was 21 at the time. And I can tell you, my life was never the same the second I made that decision to go ahead and drag that chair and say, you know what? I'm no longer pinned to this thing. I'm no longer bonded by my own thoughts, by my own negative thinking. And all of us have this opportunity. So let today be that day where you can realize that you are more powerful than you could ever even imagine. And most of the time, the thing that's holding us down is nothing external. A lot of the times, it's right here. It's internally, okay? So that was big. I love that. It was such a great download. Next, let's get on to the next one. Let's keep it flowing. You ready? Number 5. I got 3 more for you, right? Preparation, okay? You hear me talk about all the time. If we fail to plan, we what? We plan to fail. You got it. This is true, okay? So preparation for what lies ahead or whatever may happen. You see, for some of us over in Florida, we have some tropical storms coming, and we just experienced a major hurricane. So now that we've experienced what can happen when we don't take serious situations seriously, we're a little bit more prepared this time. right? We're ready to go ahead and maybe get some shutters on the windows, maybe get ready to put some things inside when storms get a little bit closer, because we've experienced what happens when we don't prepare. So ask yourself this question right now. Do I feel like I've been prepared for what is to come in the next 12 to 18 months? Because if you haven't got the memo yet, dreamers, we're living in a recession today. Right now, as we speak, 2023, June 22nd, right now, we're living in a recession, okay? And this is only the beginning of what's to come. If you don't know, let me give you some insight, okay? I'm also a realtor. I'm also a real estate agent, right? The first thing I did getting out of college, I got my realtor license because I wanted to be an entrepreneur, right? I wanted to get into real estate because I knew outside of network marketing, that actually created more millionaires than any other industry, right? So inside of real estate, you start to learn a couple of different things. Number one, the individuals that are prepared. You see, in a recession where the prices are crazy high right now, houses are double what they were a handful of months ago, a year ago. People that bought their house 2 years ago, their house is worth double. 500,000 is almost worth $1 million right now, right? Well, guess what? What goes up must what? Must come down. This is laws of the universe. Nobody can fight it, right? So if you look at the stock market, if you look at real estate, if you look at crypto, this is all setting up for one of the biggest wealth transfers ever to hit right now in history. And the individuals that are prepared, right? When real estate crumbles, when real estate drops, and those that were getting cash flow, those that were learning new skills, those that are prepared to go ahead and invest into all of these different assets right now, whether that be crypto, whether that be getting into real estate, whether that be into Web 3.0, whether that be diving into NFTs in the metaverse. There's never been a better time than to get prepared than right now. There's a reason why you feel my passion, my energy right now, because I can only hope that you grasp the opportunity that we have in this window, in this little window, to go ahead and capitalize and make something that can impact literally generations to come with the decisions that we make today. Dream Team, you got to think about it. We're connected to some of the top e-commerce educators, Forex, crypto educators inside of the game. The skill sets that we have is allowing us to go ahead and be prepared for what's to come. So blessed and grateful is an absolute understatement. So right place, right time. Okay, we are absolutely prepared. So here's the next piece. You ready? I got two more. Purpose. Okay, purpose is going to be number 6. Purpose is the sixth clear function of the mind. Okay, purpose, real simple to go ahead and give it to you in a couple words, is our guiding principle and our highest priority. Okay, when we start aligning our purpose, things start to fall in line. Okay, there's a training that we learned from Bob Proctor years ago, and it goes like this. Okay, if you were to get your piece of paper and you go from the bottom up, kind of like a food chain. Okay, we have what's called our purpose, and then we have what's called our priorities, and then we have our actions, and then we have our results. So go ahead and write that on your paper for me. Let me touch that one more time. Okay, this is the first and foremost: purpose, priorities, actions, results. And I can promise you, once that purpose gets in check, guess what? The priorities change. You see, when my purpose became impact 1 billion, everything started to change. When my purpose became about impacting people, my purpose, my daily priorities, they were not the same. I went from going out 8 days a week, smoking and joking, hanging out with my friends, had no goals, had no visions, to once I started gaining purpose, that I'm here to actually live and make an impact and make a dent. The priorities, I started to come home, I started to come back in my car, and I started investing in books. I started reading, I started learning, I started going to events. And guess what? That led to different actions. And those actions led to a different series of results. But it started from aligning my purpose, figuring that out first, and then the other 3 will follow. Your priorities will change, your actions will shift, and that's going to lead to a completely different change of results inside of our life. Okay? But it starts with purpose. Number 7, last but not least, the 7th clear function of the mind is ascent. Okay? Ascent. What does ascent mean? To be free of deception about what's inside and outside of our control and be ready to accept it. Okay? To be free of deception about what is inside and outside of our control. So I want to ask you this question. And I got this wrong a million times every time my mentor asked me this. You ready? He said, what all do you believe is inside? What all do you believe is outside of our control? So let's just make it simple. How many things in life do you think is inside of our control? Just go ahead and list them down below. List all the things that you think is inside of our control. And I can promise you the answer to this is very interesting. You guys know what it is? Any guesses? You ready? Here it is. There's only one thing that's inside of our control. One thing in life that's inside of our control. You know what the answer is? Our minds, our mindset. You can't control what happens when you go driving. You can't control what happens when you go out to work today. You can't control what happens with your family tomorrow. At the end of the day, the only thing we can control is our mind. That's it. That's it. You can't even control what the food that you're going to eat is going to do to your body. Because you don't even know what it's going to do. I've had phenomenal pieces of fruit. Well, guess what? I've gotten sick from it, right? There was a worm in it. Can't control that. I thought I was doing the right thing, but it was out of my control. So understand that. Okay. The only thing inside of life that's in our control is our mindset, how we perceive things, how we go ahead and react to different situations that happen inside of our life. The moment that I started to realize that, everything started to shift. Life started to change. Because at the end of the day, guess what? As long as you can move in your truth, as long as you can move with authenticity and purity inside of your heart, guess what? This is laws of the universe. This is law of karma, right? The right things are going to flow inside of our lives just by focusing on the actions, the daily disciplines, the rituals, right? And being a good person and moving with love. All of these other things, we can't control that, right? But what we can control is our mindset, our choices, right? Our discipline, our passion, our level of determination. All of these things stems from right here, the 6 inches inside of the mind. So family, that's what we control. That's my 7 functions of the mind for you. Hope you guys got a little bit of value. If you got any piece of that resonated with you guys today, go ahead and drop some 7s down below. And if nobody told you today, family, I'm proud of you. I appreciate the work that you guys are putting in every day, because it's not for me, it's for yourself, right? For the person that's in the mirror. So take today, take 5 minutes and go ahead and look at yourself and say, you know what? I'm proud of you. I'm grateful for the work that you've been doing. I'm so excited to see the growth that you're having and what is to come. So family, go out and be great. I'm so excited to see what is to come. Remember, we can do anything on our mind. We can hold it right here in our hand. Dream team, go out and have a phenomenal day. I love you guys. A lot of growth is coming. Let me get some music going. Here we go. Lions in the Wild, family, go be free. I love you. Let's go out and have a great rest of the day. Game time.